Kimito Kagurazaka, a high school student, is kidnapped and deposited at the Seiken School for Girls by extremely muscular men. He discovers the school is a well-kept secret academy for the daughters of extremely wealthy families from headmaid Miyuki Kojo. However, many of their students become antisocial shut-ins after graduation as a result of being cut off from the realities of the outside world. To address this, Kimito has been chosen as the school's first gay male student, known as Shomin sample. There is, however, a problem. Kimito is not only not gay, but he also has a fetish for women's thighs. As a result, Kimito must either disguise himself as a gay man with a muscle fetish, or face the wrath of headmaid Miyuki and her giant scissors in order to protect the female student's chastity. Kimito enters the classroom. He meets Reiko Arisugawa, an extremely popular student, and Aika Tenkubashi, an extremely naive and antisocial student, with whom he forms the first Commoners Club. Kimito is abruptly woken from sleep by Miyuki, who professes her wish that he had never woken up. Many of the girls in his class are blown away by his everyday habits, which include cell phones, handheld games, athletic abilities, and common foods such as ramen. Kimito manages to waltz with Reiko without embarrassing himself at a welcome party in his honor. Aika is introduced to manga for the first time and falls for Kimito's prank, believing she has the ability to freeze time, during which she not only flashes but almost kisses Kimito. Later, after a naughty incident in the shower, Reiko comes to the conclusion that she must now marry Kimito, which she finds appealing. Kimito discovers that his parents were duped into allowing him to attend Seiken. Later, he comes across Hakura Shiodome, a young-looking student who strips naked while scribbling scientific notes on a statue. Following a ramen meal in his room, Hakua begins to strip again, giving Aika the wrong impression. Kimito returns Hakua to her laboratory, where he discovers that she is not only his age, but a super genius, and that she's become very attracted to him, much to the delight of her maids. Kimito meets katana-wielding martial artist Karen Jinryo, who is defeated in a naked duel by Kimito due to a misunderstanding. She swears her allegiance to him as his slave until she gains the strength to kill him, and she joins the Commoners Club, where she becomes strangely interested in Hakua and the concept of selfies. Kimito declines Ryuko's invitation to a tea party in her room because he already has plans with Aika. This later causes Reiko to yell at her friends in an uncharacteristic manner, which irritates them. Meanwhile, Kimito assists Aika in organizing a commoners party so that they can meet new people. Hakua contributes by giving away free cell phones that she helped design so that everyone in the class can text each other. However, when Aika learns of Reiko's predicament, she secretly allows her to host the party in order to make amends to her friends. This, however, irritates Reiko, who confronts Aika about her antisocial behavior. Reiko and Hakua are now full members of the Commoners Club. When Miyuki discovers 4 girls in Kimito's room, she's not impressed, and Kimito must act quickly to avoid the giant scissors. Kimito's childhood friend, selfish teen idol Irihane, who lied about Kimito's sexual preferences in the first place, is furious and wonders where Kimito has gone. When Kimito wakes up, he discovers Hakua in his bed, naked. She strips naked again while teaching her how to make potato cakes while scribbling notes on the wall. Kimito returns Hakua to her lab after a game of riddles, in which she is surprisingly bad, and Hakua is embarrassed when Kimito notices she has a plushie of him in her bed. Meanwhile, the other girls, envious of Hakua's closeness to Kimito, try to get closer to her so she'll spend less time with him. To help their students adjust to commoner life, Seiken takes them to Shomin Land, a specifically constructed commoner city street complete with shops and restaurants where the girls can learn things like crossing the street and ordering food at a counter. Despite the fact that Kimito notices numerous flaws in the fake setting, he uses it as an opportunity for Aika to gain popularity. In other news, Hakua is disappointed to learn that Kimito has gone on the trip and will not be able to spend the day with her. Aika has become extremely popular while on the school trip due to her knowledge of commoner culture. Meanwhile, Kimito persuades Karen to try on some revealing clothes she secretly likes after discovering she is secretly afraid of his fighting skills. Karen is taken aback when she learns that Kimito finds her attractive. As friends, Ryuko and Aika grow closer. Miyuki wakes Kimito up again the next day, wishing he hadn't woken up. Kimito goes to an outdoor bath only to discover that Aika and her new friends are also interested in bathing. Kimito is forced to hide underwater in an embarrassing location for Aika. When Aika discovers that Kimito is nearly drowned, she desperately uses the kiss of life, causing a rumor that they're both dating, which Karen despises. Back at Seiken, it's revealed that headmaid Miyuki has been kissing Kimito every morning to wake him up, which is why she wishes he'd stay asleep. Kimito shows Aika how to play a fortune-telling game on his phone. The girls are now obsessed with such games, and they are all competing to see who would be best suited to marry Kimito one day. Karen and Kimito are given a perfect relationship rating, much to everyone's surprise. The next day, Miyuki arouses Kimito once more. Karen invites Kimito into a room under the guise of repairing a shirt she has purposefully damaged. Karen changes into the revealing clothes Kimito had complimented as soon as she enters the room. As the two grow closer, the others become suspicious, forcing Karen and Kimito to hide in a closet, where Kimito gets closer to Karen's thighs than he never imagined. They are quickly discovered, however, and Kimito scrambles to come up with an explanation. Kimito introduces the girls to the concept of a maid cafe, which perplexes the girls who are accustomed to being surrounded by maids on a daily basis. To gain a better understanding of Kimito, the girls dress up as maids and try to serve him as the cafe customer. Until Reiko tries to sing, it appears to be a success. Hakuwa, depressed over her low compatibility rating with Kimito, invites him to spend the day with her so we can get to know her better, much to her maid's delight. With the arrival of Miyuki, however, their plans come to a screeching halt. The other maids, on the other hand, are pleased to have brought Hakuwa and Kimito closer together. Kimito's attempt to play a practical joke on the naive Aika results in a new fad spreading throughout the entire school, which could last up to 10 years due to the students' lack of access to pop culture. Later, Reiko overhears Kimito talking to one of his friends on the phone, and she deduces that Kimito misses being able to socialize with other men and may attempt to flee Seiken. To prevent him from leaving, the girls decide to act more manly. Kimito assures them that he had no intention of leaving, he simply misses his old friends. In the classroom, Reiko and Kimito enjoy a pleasant moment together. Later, both Reiko and Kimito are summoned to a meeting with Reiko's mother, Hoko, and brother, Masaomi, who is revealed to have a major sister complex and a strong dislike for Reiko's closeness to Kimito. Reiko's mother informs her that she has arranged for her to marry the son of one of her business associates, and that she must leave Seiken right away to meet with her future husband. Kimito and the girls are heartbroken by the news, but they feel powerless to intervene. They do, however, find an ally in Reiko's brother, who understandably does not want Reiko to marry, and he arranges for them to be smuggled out of the academy grounds in his car to stop the meeting. Kimito, Karen, Aika, Hakuwa, and Masaomi arrive at the heavily guarded meeting location. Karen deals with the front gates and guards right away, while Masaomi spars with Takemiya, his martial arts instructor. Hakuwa hacks the security system, and Kimito, Hakuwa, and Aika go inside. Kimito begs Reiko's mother to reschedule the meeting. Reiko is inspired by Kimito's words and refuses to marry, despite the fact that she'll be disowned by her family and will be unable to attend Seiken. The marriage is called off and Reiko is allowed to attend Seiken, as Kimito promises he will take care of her instead. Kimito's promise, on the other hand, is interpreted as a marriage proposal, and he's now engaged to Reiko. Reiko's mother agrees to let them marry as long as she can make his life a living hell until he divorces her. Back at Seiken, Kimito apologizes for the misunderstanding, and normal club activities resume, while Kimito's room devolves into chaos once more. And that's the end of the video. As always, if you liked what you saw, subscribe to the channel. I'll be uploading a lot of videos just like this, so I'll see you in the next one.